Currently, you are most welcome to Munyonyo Martyrs Shrine. I'm Bernadette, and where we are is where the journey of the Uganda Martyrs started. This place is called Munyonyo Martyrs Shrine, or Munyonyo Minor Basilica. In 2019 of July, we are elevated to a minor basilica. If you didn't know, the Pope came here in 2015. Yes. So, where we are, the most important reason why this place is known, or why people come for pilgrimages, is because the journey of the Ugandan Martyrs started from here. It's on this very land that the king made the fateful decision to put all his Christian pages to death. After he had speared Dennis Sebugwao, where we shall go from here if you are interested.
You are there.
You are there.
Yeah.
That's very good. So you were told the story?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. He came here after he had speared him, called upon his Christian pages, asked them if they are willing to continue with Christianity or to denounce Christianity. He told them, those who are willing to denounce Christianity, you are my good subjects, come on my right. Those who say you want to be Christians forever, stay on my left. So just Lwanga, the leader of the Christians, held the hand of Chifunto, who was the youngest, and went to the left, indicating that they are willing to continue with Christianity. And so the rest followed and went to the left. So the king was so disappointed. He thought he was tough enough to threaten them from staying Christians forever. And because he had speared Dennis Sebugwao, he thought he had scared them so much, but he was so disappointed that he went to the what? The left. So he decided to shortly imprison them here, because you know palaces always have cells where wrongdoers are kept. So they were shortly imprisoned from here on the 25th of May 1886, and they started their journey on the 26th of May 1886 to Munyonyo. Someone can ask, why they have to start their journey from here to Munyonyo? By that time, the kingdom was under anarchy, and the king could decide on whom to kill anytime as long as he needed to. So that's why there were many execution places. And for people who were supposed to be king in Congo were people who worked in the palaces or had an attachment to the palace, or people of big status, like relatives of the king. Yes. So because these people were people of high status, it was like working in the state house. So that's why they started their journey. They started their journey to Munyonyo. Just Lwanga, the leader, remembered that, there are some followers who are not yet what? Baptized. This included Chisitomto, Magatuzinde, Mugagagoa, and Javira. And so he decided to baptize them separately before they started their journey to Munyonyo. Thank you so much. Those are the most important reasons why this place is known. And we are also blessed that we have 3 martyrs here. Dennis Sebugwao, you see, the one you've been to, his martyrdom spot, Andrew Kagwa, and then Pontianus. Yes. Have you been to Pontianus?
Just by.
Oh, just by first. So it was around midday when you are going to Munyonyo, the road to Munyonyo. That's where the chief executioner was waiting them from Mukajanga. I hope you've heard about Mukajanga. Yes, that's where he was waiting them from. So Mukajanga spotted out Pontianus. He asked him, he told him, I'm going to kill you. You stole my bow. But Pontianus told him, excuse me, I'm not here because I'm not going to die because I stole your bow. I'm here because I've chosen to die for what? For Christ. You know, Pontianus was a guard in the palace, but sometimes he could be sent out to collect taxes from people. Now, unfortunately, he went to Mukajanga's home, not knowing that Mukajanga was a chief, and chiefs were always exempted from taxes. Unfortunately, he got a bull from his home. Now, this stayed on Mukajanga's heart. So when he spotted him from the that group. That's why he started accusing him that he had stolen the gold. And Pontianus had a thirst to die for his God. He had that holy thirst. And he told them, I've already decided to die for God. Even if I'm to go to Namgongo or to be killed here, I've already decided to die for God. So you kill me from here. So they accepted to kill him from there. First of all, they feared him. They thought that maybe he could bring chaos. And so they cut him into pieces from that very place. And blood sprinkled. But this never put the matters down. Instead, their faith was overwhelmed. And we are told that they all prayed Our Father from that, both Anglican and Catholic, and they went on singing, and the faith they got pushed them up to Namgongo. So Posi and Ongonde intercedes for all the law enforcement agents like policemen, soldiers, people working in defense, everyone under the law enforcement agents. So this is where Andrew Kagwa was martyred from. Andrew Kagwa was in Munyonyo. Here in Uganda, we have kingdoms. I don't know if it's the same in Kenya. You don't have kingdoms. Okay, so this is the central part. Here, we are in the central part of Uganda, and this is Buganda. But Andrew Kagwa was from the western part of Uganda called Munyonyo. Okay, so Buganda and Munyonyo were two powerful kingdoms. But one kingdom could not declare that this kingdom is more powerful than what? Than me. So in return they had to fight themselves to weaken each other. So they started raiding themselves. Buganda raiding Munyonyo, and most especially getting the youth and the young people. You know, when you get the young people and the youth, you weaken the what? The society. Yeah. Likewise, Munyonyo used to do the same. Yes. So that's how Andrew Kagwa came to Uganda. Andrew Kagwa came to Uganda during the reign of King Mutesa. Mutesa is the one who called the missionaries. But the martyrs were killed during the reign of Mwanga. His son Mwanga. So when Andrew Kagwa reached the palace, he was supposed to be sold off to the Arabs. But he was not, because he impressed the king. How? He was good at dancing, drumming, and singing. And you know, kings always want to be associated with people who are entertainers. So that's why he was kept in the palace. Having been retained in the palace, he found Mwanga. Now Mwanga, the prince, was almost in the same age bracket with him. So you know, boys of the same age bracket, they play together, they do everything together. So they became really good friends. Now, Mutesa lived for a very short time. After his death, the son became the what? The king. When he became the king, when Mwanga became the king, now you remember these people were friends already. This one started favoring Andrew Kagwa, giving him the best positions in the kingdom. Like he was the head of the drummers club, a big position. Gave him a place to stay in the palace. And also telling him some secrets that he could not tell the prime minister. So all these favors which were given to Andrew Kagwa left the prime minister insecure, thinking that Andrew Kagwa would one day take over his position of the what? Of the prime minister. Now, this time of judgment I've talked about, Andrew Kagwa was not in the palace. But the king had the powers, the right to tell his men, go and bring me Andrew Kagwa. I want to know his stand. I want to know if he's ready to be Christian or is denouncing. But he didn't, just because he was his good friend. But when this fell into the ears of the prime minister that Andrew Kagwa was not among the people who were going to be martyred, he started sending messages to the king asking him why he was leaving him out. Yet he was a Christian and more so a catechist, meaning that religion will continue spreading even after the death of these people. But the king told him, excuse me, I cannot kill my American host. But of course that was a false excuse. The real excuse would be, I cannot kill my what? My friend. But the prime minister still did not see it. He continued sending messages, until when he saw that the king was not accepting. then he started putting conditions for him. If you don't kill him, I'm going to connive with your enemies and overthrow your kingdom. So you understand people with power. That's when the king accepted. And by that time, the king had made very many mistakes, had killed many people. Like he was not a good friend to the Munyonyo king. So he feared that his friends could easily attack him through the prime minister. So that's why he eventually accepted. But now, Andrew Kagwa had not run away from his death. Still, even if the king was covering up for him, he had not run away from his death. After having known that his friends were heading to Namugongo, he went that morning, very early in the morning, attended mass with the missionaries and told them what had transpired. And then after, went gave the wife and the child to the relatives and came back and was in full meditation in the home the king had given him, prayer and meditation. So the prime minister was just waiting for the consent from the king to kill him because he knew where he was. Yes. So when the king accepted, Andrew Kagwa was around. They just went, picked him. The prime minister started mocking him, but he told him, "Excuse me, I don't fear you, and I've already made my mind. I want to die like for God, like the way my friends have decided." So the prime minister told the men that before I have my dinner, I want the arm of Andrew Kagwa here. So that's why you see that he was tied on the tree with the ropes. They cut off the arm. The prime minister ordered for the arm because he knew that the king could change his mind anytime. But at least even if he's to change his mind, this man will be on his journey to die. Because by that time medication was not effective.
Yeah.
Yes. So he could bleed up to what? Up to death. So they took the hand to the prime minister. They came back and continued cutting him into pieces. Yes. So that's how he died. But up that side, there are some relatives of the king Lwanga, but they don't want to be disclosed. That like every group which goes, they see them, they don't want.
They don't love
They
them.
want that privacy.
Like when I tell you I am related to a mean. You will see me nothing else. You will say, this man here. But I'm not. I'm not.
You should not.
No, I'm not.
You should not.
Me, I'm the grandson to Jaluo.
Oh, Jaluo.
So this monument reminds us that the journey of the Uganda Martyrs to Namugongo started from here. We see the first one and the last one holding the spear, the panga, the swords, the ropes. And we see this one, the second one, holding a Bible. Like he's representing the Anglicans. Because Anglicans don't have any other thing to represent them that they're Christians apart from the Bible. And then Catholic, this one is representing the Catholics because he's holding a what? Rosary. Yes. And the Catholic is given Charles Lwanga because he was the leader of the Catholic community. And Mubyazara, the Anglican, was the leader of the Anglican community. But the most important reason why this monument was made, we see the Catholic holding the back of the Anglican. It was really hard time. It was not easy, but they kept on encouraging themselves. Catholics to Anglicans and Anglicans to Catholics. Because the price they had decided to die for was not what? Divided in this one price. So now,
You're my grandson.
Yeah. I'm your son. I was born a long time ago.
oh my
When you
God.
read, you just tap on it.
But you cannot compare with the martyrs. He was dragged all the way from here to Namugongo. We can only thank God for their faith.
So this is a holy place, like we respect it. So this was the only structure we had before all other developments, because our church started in 2015. So down are the remains of Andrew Papa.
Down is
Yes. Down we shall go there.
underground.
Yeah.
It's buried here.
So, but now after some time, Father said that we shall make it a village house, like for people to come and venerate and pay respect to the remains. Like we don't worship them, but we respect them and venerate them. So we have the relics of St. Charles Lwanga and Martyr Mulumba, Rita Ira, and Daudo Kelwe, the one for Paramoy. Yes. But we also have for Sister Faustina and St. John Paul II, and the spiritual director of Sister Faustina, Michael Popocho. Is it Popocho, something like that? He was the spiritual director of St. Faustina and hoped to direct her as she was writing the diary. Now, all here. Yes. So we have the relics of St. Charles Lwanga and Martyr Mulumba, St. Faustina, St. John Paul II. In fact, St. John Paul II is the one who beatified St. Faustina. And we have for the spiritual director of St. Faustina was called Michael Popocho. Yes. So we don't pray to the relics, we venerate them, give them respect. Maybe what I told them, I told these people before they came, this is the only structure, the chapel we had before all other developments. So down are the remains of Andrew Kakwa, and here they could celebrate Mass. It's only the priest and the choir who could sit here, and then people could sit outside. We had our chairs, our wooden chairs. I think you see those ones there. Yes, that's where people used to sit. Okay. I think now we can go to the grave of Andrew.
We can have a short prayer and we continue because we have other places to meet. Yes. And yes, Kampala Authority, Authority says that is the oldest tree in Uganda or in this region.
More, 150. Maybe 200 years.
No, it's over 130 because these people were killed in 1886. So that was the tree they could be tied on. So they could not tie people in a small tree. And that tree is protected for a reason. That you know Bubani?
Yes.
Yes, that tree has that
Incense.
element. Yeah, incense. Yes. Yes.
Baptism, the one I've told you about, is like just Lwanga being a leader. Remember that the four were not yet baptized. This included Kristo Muto, Mbaga Tuzinde, and Mbaga Tuwa. Bagalwa and Javida. So Munyonyo is also a place of what? Of baptism. Yes. So we have Mother Mary there. Mother Mary of the Seven Sorrows. Most people know her as Mother Mary of Chibeo. So when Father was looking of which grotto to bring here in Munyonyo, he remembered of his here. Yes, down we shall go because there are people praying like here, like disturbing their peace. So Father remembered of the story of Simon Laubele, the one we know as Mapela. When he came to intervene, to stop Lwanga from killing the martyrs, he was not even given audience to talk to the king. He was not even allowed to talk to see the king. He was insulted by the guard who worked in the palace. So he felt so bad, and he decided to pray for the martyrs through the intercession of Mother Mary of Sorrows. So he started a novena. So as we go, we are going to see Mother of Sorrows there. Maybe you can go now if you want.
Hao wengine waliuliwa huko nini na mgongo. Hao wengine waliona mgongo sasa kwenye tulikuwa.
It was the youngest, 14 years old. Bruno. Zerua Kuma. Andrew Kagwa. Gavira. Mkasa Mdigo.
Walio watu wengi aje.
Gonza. Fonso Ndongo. Athanasius. Bezekuketa. Anthony Kigocha. James Buzangala Bogolia. Matthias Mulumba Kundemba.
Wanu wangapi watabua hesabu? Hao wengine wote walimalizia huko nini na mgongo.
Kama ni John Hawani Hanzoi Ambrose Kubuchi. Lakini sio hizi sasa za wote.
Tunapikia Waganda wanatoka mbali. Unapiga na chakula yangu jamani.
Okay.
Piga pia na
Hatu unapigia tu Waganda?
Piga na ile ndizi mbichi yote hii ya Waganda hii.
Na hiyo hatuwezi onja sisi wa Kenya.
Mnaweza onja pesa yenu.
Oni inanunuliwa tena?
Si wananunua.
Yaani nikipata Mkenya wenzangu yani siwezi.
Kuja upige na hapo.
Hiyo
ni makatoga ya matoke. Anonya wakastoma. Wai bano bana Kenya balino kujia. Alafu
Mahindi unauzaje?
1000 Uganda.
Tunauza 1000 kuja ukisupport. 1000 sana. Sorry.
Bajile bamkube sana.
Na hata alibiza atikubwa.
Bali yali manga basamba mpira. Basi nilikana ita bana bali.